Thought, our goal tonight was to see how clean we could play all the way through. After the Baylor match, we felt like we had a little bit of a hiccup in one of the games and let down. I was really pleased with our mentality today. I felt like it was the best rhythm that we've had. I thought we were very good from the service line and put a ton of pressure on Texas State, something that we've been really working on. And I just liked what we did. I mean, we played a lot of different players tonight, threw in a 6-2. And when you do that, sometimes it can't be as clean, but it gave some looks for some of our people and worked on some things with our deep roster that we have. But overall, a really nice, complete match.
Go ahead. Question, fire away.
Yeah. So I was just wondering about Melanie, Parra, and Adu. How have they been adjusting to the team?
Yeah, they've had to be quick learners. They came here in January and we had to get them situated. We had to go through all the tests and then kind of acclimate them into the speed of the game and get their bodies, since they haven't been playing a lot. So I thought they've done a really nice job acclimating. They have a pretty good pedigree behind them in terms of the level that they played at. I wish I could get a little bit more playing time to get some more looks at her, because she's been playing significantly better week to week in practice. But we like what Melanie's doing. She does a lot of things that you don't see on the stats. She has a lot of clean touches. Her passing is really good. She's good from the service line, and she's just a really good volleyball player.
Yeah, Coach, so you guys had a great game tonight. I know Texas State has been pretty good. They won their conference championship, and they'll be headed to Omaha. So what did y'all do this past week to prepare for what they had to offer tonight?
Well, I think, they've always been a scrappy team, but I think they're deeper. Their setter is one of the better setters in the entire country. I think she does a really nice job distributing the offense. They can keep you off balance. And I thought we were pretty shored up defensively. They hurt us a little bit early in games 1 and 2 on the right side, but we got that going a little bit and cleaned that up. I thought we did a really nice job in every aspect of the game tonight, and was pretty pleased.
Since Ashley left last semester, who's kind of stepped up to help with leadership on the team?
Logan's one of our captains, so is Molly. And I think, this group has been together for a little bit now, even though they're still pretty young. They've been together and they're starting to learn how to feed off each other. But Logan's our go-to captain, and she's playing 6 rotations, which is nice to have. But I think, Bree brings some nice personality. Skylar does at times. Jenna does. There's just a lot of different people that can step up and be in that position.
I know, statistically speaking, y'all had a great game. I mean, your hitting percentages were really good, especially in the first 2 sets. So knowing, they put up some good defense, Texas State did. So what did y'all do strategically and with your game plan to keep the momentum going in those last couple sets?
Yeah, I think, what really separates us is we have a really good middle blockers. And so teams really have to decide how they're going to scheme against us. They left Bree alone a lot, one-on-one. And so, we just kept feeding it to the middle and didn't have to overload too much. They started coming in a little bit more in game 3. And we really got Skylar going. Skylar can be a big difference maker as she gets a little bit better rhythm on the right side and gets in positions. And then we got a nice 1-2 punch with Logan and Melanie on the left. But in our 2-hitter rotations, if we're running our offense and they're scheming us, we have the back row that we can attack them as well. So, we have a lot of complete positions right now of what we can do to counterattack what teams are doing from the blocking and defensive side.
So I'm just wondering, how do you keep the team focused on one game at a time? Because I know y'all are 18-0 right now, and you can get caught up in streaks. How do you keep their mindset focused on the task at hand?
We've never really talked about it. One of the nice things is we have a pretty rich tradition of success. So they're used to being kind of a top 5 team, and their goals are pretty high. And we talked to them the other day that we had 29 days left, and I think it's 27 or 26 as of tomorrow. So, the window of what we have with COVID going on, we got to be really safe and smart. And, we're trying to get acclimated to, we've had a much shorter time of coming back, getting their bodies ready, trying to find an offensive rhythm. Tonight was the first time I felt like we had a really good rhythm. And I'm hoping we can continue that. But volleyball takes some time to get your rhythm going, your schemes going, and try to get fluid with what we're doing. So there's not a whole lot of time. We're actually on the short end of the stick regards to time to get up to peaking at the right time.
I guess overall, how did the energy feel out there tonight? What were you guys feeling, and what were you saying during all the timeouts and everything? I just kind of want to get a sense of how y'all were feeling and sort of the emotions that went into tonight.
I think we were pretty calm, and I think we were pretty methodical. I think we were dialed into what we were doing. I think we were pretty good in terms of the scouting report. We felt we were about a 60% against Baylor in terms of hitting, what we were supposed to be doing against them tonight. We were a lot more kind of on pace and thinking the game a little bit more through. So, there wasn't a lot of highs and lows, and that's what you want as a coach. When your players take accountability for the personality and they're dialed in and they're focused on the right things, then things really happen at a high level. And that was why we were able to play a lot of different lineups and look at some things, because we were in the right frame of mind.
All set. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hang tight. We'll have Logan in a minute. Okay.
All right. How does it feel to get the 18th win of the season?
Feels good. Always feels good to get a win, especially, against Texas State. We usually play them every year. And so we know they're a really great team who's going to bring us a game every single time, be super competitive. So it feels really nice.
Yeah. And what keeps you motivated? I mean, just to keep going. The season's been pretty long, especially with the COVID year and everything.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year, but I think the thing that's keeping us motivated is, the tournament and how we have really high goals this year. We want to make it to, the Final Four, win the national championship. And so I think every single day we need to come in and remember that goal, make sure we're reminding ourselves of that all the time, and kind of reminding us why we're here, why we're putting in all this work, why we're sticking around for this long season. And so that's what kind of keeps us going every single day.
So Logan, your coach was just saying how you've sort of become a leader on the court. And so what's your mindset going forward with all these games going ahead, and obviously with the tournament in Omaha? So what's your mindset, and how do you feel like you're going to rally the team?
Yeah, I think it's just, again, continuing to remind the team of our goals and making sure everyone's on the same page and reaching the goal of, winning a national championship. And then it's also just rallying the whole team together. We have, a few new girls who weren't here with us in the fall. And so we're just kind of getting them into the swing of things. And we have a lot of freshmen who are coming in and playing a huge role in our team. So it's really just making sure they feel comfortable, making sure everyone feels like they're a big part of this team. And, everyone's here to help us get that success at the end. So it's just reminding everyone that every single day and having the mindset that we need to get better every single day to kind of reach that final goal at the end.
So you mentioned the two new additions to the team. What specifically have you seen from Melanie and Adu?
They're both just such intelligent volleyball players. They've been playing at such high levels in their countries, and coming into our gym, they've already, blown us away just how great and how talented they are, but they're also just teaching us so much about the game and adding that extra competition in our gym. And so I think it's just having them in our gym is just making everyone so much better. And I see them improving. I see everyone else improving because they're in our gym. And so I'm just excited to see, where their careers go while they're here at Texas.
So looking at the third set tonight, in the early stages, you all had to sort of play from behind a little bit. It was close, but, you still had to put up some extra effort. So how did y'all get yourselves out of that sort of hole in the beginning? And of course, you went on a huge run afterwards. So what was sort of the mindset and what went into that?
Yeah, I think our team does a really good job of just kind of forgetting a play after it's over. It's kind of the next play mentality. So even though Texas State kind of came out really strong in that third set, we did a really good job of just kind of turning it around and saying hey, that play's in the past, let's just move forward and kind of get foot on the gas and get to winning. So that's kind of how we were talking in our huddle, just moving on to the next play and just finding a way to win 1 point at a time.
Do you feel any pressure to keep the streak alive? I know you probably take one game at a time, but that's 18-0. That's pretty awesome. So is that a lot of pressure to keep that going?
I honestly keep forgetting that that's a thing, because I don't know, the fall season seems so long ago. So I feel right now the spring season's a whole new season, and it's just we're just kind of going one game at a time. So I forget that the fall season even happened. But no, I don't feel too much pressure. I think, again, we just take it one game at a time and just focus on that game and get through it. And, it feels nice to be 18-0 or whatever we are, but, that doesn't really mean anything until we win the national championship. So we're not thinking too much about it.
Of course, y'all have such a great record. You're playing great. And I know you guys are playing Texas State again soon. What are some errors that you think, or things you need tweaking for the next game you guys want to improve on?
Yeah, I think there's always things to improve on. We're definitely going to watch film in the next few days just to kind of review the match. But I think the biggest thing is just cleaning up the little plays on our side and just kind of perfecting some balls here and there that can just make our offense run so much smoother. So we're definitely going to get back, watch some film, and see those really specific things that we can work on. But just overall, I think we just need to improve on the little things here and there.